And here once again, the final time in November, the final review in November. I am the Golden One. You know it. I said you know it. I am Ricky Goldman. And this is a channel that takes over cities. The channel that no matter the weather is a damn right place you want to be. This is the channel that reviews everything and the channel that isn't afraid to try those new things. This is the People's Wrestling Channel. As always, promotion out of the way first. So, and me on Facebook, Ricky J. Pate. Follow me on Twitter, Rick the Rock 30. Go on view and like WWA World Wrestling Alliance on Facebook. And last but never least, like and subscribe to those two shout outs. Speaking of shout out, I've got one to do. AEW Slam Zone. There's your first shout out. You get a second one in another video. Make sure you guys, you go and check it out. It's an E-Fed, but they also do other wrestling stuff. Gonna do their own shows and looking people to buy the shows for only $5. So, you know, certainly go and check them out. But this is once again making history. This is the first ever TNT review, and it is a TNT Ignition review. That says how I realize that says high voltage, but it's Ignition review. And right off the bat, really good event. This was my first ever TNT event, so adding that to the list of shows I've been to. Adding Liverpool as another place I've been to watch wrestling. 6 matches to get through, 2 commercials to play. So let's get to our first contest. In 6-man tag team action, it was Shreddy and Synergy taking on Big Guns Joe and the Baldy Arseholes, Brian Anderson and Simon Miller. And my first look at Shreddy here, my first look at Brian Anderson here, my first look at Simon Miller here. Simon Miller from What Culture fame. I did want to meet him, didn't get the chance. With a name like the Baldy Arseholes, I thought they were the heels. They seemed to be the face. This was an elimination match also. In Future Shock Synergy face. Here they were playing the heels. Shreddy's one big guy. And this was a really good opening contest, really good match. Shreddy impressed me. Simon and Brian impressed me. Yeah, a really good opening match. Really good opening contest was this one. So Brian Anderson was eliminated first, and then Simon Miller, and then it came down to 3-on-1. So Big Guns Joe was taking on Synergy and Shreddy. Big Guns Joe have seen before at PCW, at Catch Pro, at Future Shock. So I've seen this guy many times. He always comes the odds, overcomes the odds, and he almost did in this one. He eliminated both members of Synergy. So Ryan Barton and Anderson Daniels. And it was 1-on-1. Shreddy taking on Big Guns Joe. Shreddy just throwing Big Guns Joe around. Big guy, massive guy. Just really work out. Yeah, really good opening match, I thought. Had a really good view for this show. Big Guns Joe has Synergy in the, sorry, not Synergy, Shreddy in the Boston Crab. Out come Synergy to help Shreddy. Out come the ball, the assholes, to take down Synergy. But unfortunately, Shreddy gets a win here. Big Gun Jaw loses. And then after the match, it appears that Simon Miller turned his back on Big Gun's Jaw. So obviously wait and see what's going to happen there. Next up was, well, actually triple threat action. It was a man like Darius taking on Scotty Rourke, taking on Jimmy Jackson in a triple threat match for the Ultra X title. My first look at man like Darius here. Great that we got a championship match that even announced. We've got 2 title matches. Man like Darius really impressed me. Jimmy Jackson, this was the best I've ever seen him. Well, we've only seen him once, but this was the best I've seen him. Scotty Rourke, same. Seen him a couple of times at Catch Pro. And this was a really good high-flying match that went everywhere. Absolutely fantastic. Lots of pinfalls. All 3 men looking on point. All 3 men looking good here. Like I said, high-fly action galore. You saw it all in this one. Yeah, another good match that I really thoroughly enjoyed. But Scotty Rourke did retain in this one. Next up, we're going to go to the next match. Then I'll play a commercial. It was Gia Adams taking on Tonga in a last woman standing match. My first look at Gia Adams here, and my first ever time in live watching a last woman standing match. Tonga, I've seen at Future Shock. She was playing heel here. She is facing Future Shock. This was a fantastic match also, really hard hitting. This was labeled a PG show. It really didn't feel like one. This did not disappoint. Fighting everywhere, brawling everywhere, up steps, by the bar, being slammed into the bar. Really, really good match. Gia Adams, the hardest hitter in the Northwest. Tonga taking no for an answer. This was another fantastic contest here. Yeah, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't wait to see more of Gia Adams. Can't wait to see more of Tonga. And kind of out of nowhere, this match just ended. So I'm not sure if Tonga was injured. But your winner and last woman standing in this one was Gia Adams. But that match shouldn't stop there. Chairs were thrown into the ring by Gia Adams. And then we saw a superplex from the top rope onto Tonga, onto the steel chairs, and we then had an interval, but you can have a commercial. But he's right. Look smart, look classy, with 5 designs. Got all t-shirts. Gorman's Pro Wrestling tees. So let's get into the next match after the interval, which was Tom Thelwell taking on J.J. Webb. Tom Thelwell, both these guys I've seen at Catch Pro, but also J.J. Webb I've seen at Future Shock. He always plays a good heel. This actually felt like to start with a filler match, but it really turned it around, and this was a good match. Tom You saw a back suplex onto the edge of the ring, a DDT outside onto the concrete. JJ really controlled the most of this match, wouldn't let Tom get back into it, but Tom did turn it around, and yes, he got back into it. Tom Thelwell really is one to watch. He has a briefcase to cash in any time. I presume to cash in for the main title, the world title. I would have thought, I would have guessed. Not too sure. I said this was my first TNT show. JJ Webb, like I said, plays a good heel each and every time. I say it started as filler, but got a lot better. You saw high flying action. You saw again a superplex in this one. Pin falls attempts galore, but with a top rope RKO type of move, with the one, with a two, with the three, JJ Webb comes out the winner in this one. As we go rolling to the next matchup, which was Chase Alexander taking on Leon Gray. And both these matches, again, seen at Catch Pro. Chase was a face at Catch Pro. He was a heel in this one. This, again, felt filler. Chase really healing it up, wanting a chair, which he didn't use. Not to complain, this was still a fairly good, fairly decent match. Yeah, this was good. High flying action again from Leon Gray. Good match. That's really all I'm going to add. That's really all I'm going to say in this one, because your winner with that dub, Chase Alexander. Before we get into the main event and break it down, I think it's time for yet another commercial. Right there, socials, add me, follow me. Utmost important, very important, as we get into the main event of the last show of 2021, which was, hang on a second here, Scott Oberman versus Cameron Solas in a no DQ, no countout match with the TNT world title on the line and Solas's career on the line. This is my first look at Cameron Solas. Really over, really popular with the crowd. This was my second look at Scott Oberman again, seeing him at Future Shock. He felt really filler at Future Shock. Here he, totally impressed me. What a main event this was. What a match this was. High flying action everywhere. These guys brawled everywhere, slamming each other onto concrete, jumping off a DJ deck. A chair being used. I handed Cameron's saying, I want a chair. So I handed him one. I only need to use it. I need to smash. That's right, smash Scott Oberman's brains in and take that title. He didn't want his career to be over. A fantastic match, brawling near the bar, brawling everywhere, in front of the people, in front of the crowd, in the ring, trading blows, trading punches. You saw lots and lots of back and forth. roll-ups, pinfall attempts, high-flying action from Cameron. As a bell rang, Scott smashes Cameron in the head with the title. We need to end it right there. Early on, with seconds into the match, you could hear live commentary throughout the show, so it was cool. Add something to it. This was a spectacular, fantastic main event of the night, main event of the show. Really good. Cannot complain. Cameron Solas certainly is one to watch. Liverpool's own. Because after somersault type move from the top rope, after gaining the victory, he stays in TNT, and takes the big championship they have there. So congratulations to Cameron Solas, and a fantastic show, which I'm going to give 7.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. I will be going next year. So yeah, looking forward to that. So that's my TNT review done for the first time ever. I'll be back here lots next month. So we've got War Games predictions, Unstoppable Wrestling review, War Games review, Tidal Wrestling review, our first ever Tidal event, and then day one predictions as well. There will be new things coming to my channel. Got some plans, some really interesting, fun plans for you guys, for you people, you peasants. So stay tuned. As always, like and subscribe. And it is Ricky Goldman out.